Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Behind me, 2012 Toyota Sienna. We're going to be changing the front left CV axle. That's on the front driver's side. Let's get started. First thing you want to do is jack the vehicle up, put it on jack stands, we'll pull our tire off. Let me show you where I put the jack. So there's a couple places you can put the jack. Right here is a pinch weld. They make that extra thick for your jack to go. What I like to do is put it on the frame rail. So just on the inside of this plastic is a really thick chunk of metal. That goes all the way down the vehicle, all the way back. So I'll jack it up from here, and then I'll put the jack stand right behind it. For me, the jack stand is more of a safety catch. I'll leave the jack underneath and the jack stand at the same time. Next, we want to make sure we can get the axle nut off. There's a little slot in our axle, and the nut is stamped into that slot. So you want to take a chisel or a screwdriver and unstamp that nut. So I just have this chisel, put it in there, hit on it a few times. That unstamps it. I'm going to use an impact to take mine off, but if you don't have an impact, we'll take a flat screwdriver, we'll put it in between the fins of our rotor. That'll prevent this from moving, and you can use a breaker bar. What we want is a 30 millimeter 12-point socket. It's important that it's 12-point, not 6-point. Let me crack this loose with a breaker bar just to show you. There we go. That's not too bad. Take this out. I'll finish it off at the impact. Next, we'll make sure our CV axle can slide freely in the hub. This moves pretty good. Sometimes they like to stick in there. For that, we'll need a hammer to knock it loose. They give you a spot for a punch in the middle. If you have an air hammer or a good punch, you can use that and your hammer, or because we're replacing it, you can just smack directly on it. Sweet, we're done here. Now let's remove our ball joint. Our ball joint separates pretty easy. We're not worried about this upper nut. We just want these 3 fasteners here. So we have 2 nuts and 1 bolt. They're all 17 millimeter. In our control arm, we have this hole. So from up above, we'll take a pry bar, we'll put it in that hole, and we'll push down. There we go. That separates it, and we can move our knuckle to the side, just like that. We'll go inside, we'll turn our steering wheel all the way to one side. Now we'll push our CV axle out in this direction. Let me move you just a little. I'm gonna push it through here. Just like that. We're gonna pull out on our knuckle at the same time. There, just like that. So now that we're separated from the knuckle, we'll go underneath and separate it from the transmission. There's a little circlip on the inside that we have to overcome. So we'll pull this out and you'll feel it stop. Right where it stops, that's that circlip. So we'll take our pry bar, we'll put it in, we'll pop on it. We want to overcome that clip. There, just like that. Put our catch pin underneath just in case. We'll grab it here and we'll pull it straight out. There, just like that. This is that little circlip that you're trying to overcome. Usually no fluid comes out just like this. Because we only have one side jacked up, all the fluid flows to the other side, which is pretty sweet. Makes it mess free. With our new CV axle, we just want to line it up with the old axle, make sure they're the same length, and their overall appearance is the same. Don't worry about this. This is just a vibration damper that the manufacturer decided they needed. The new manufacturer for this part didn't need one. Before we install it, we want to put a little transmission fluid on this side, especially where the seal rides. And we'll put a little on the splines and this circlip. We want this opening on the circlip facing down when we install it. Let's do it. Oh, real quick, on the old one, they give you these notches for your pry bar. A lot of times they just like to slip off. If your pry bar just keeps slipping off of that, because we're replacing this, you can put it in between here and the transmission, that's okay. But you run the risk of damaging this seal cover. Because we're replacing the CV axle anyway, doesn't matter. The new axle comes with a new cover. But just keep that in mind. If you are reusing this axle for whatever reason, this can be damaged. All right, we're juiced up with tranny fluid. The circlip opening's on the bottom. Now the important part is this goes in as straight as possible. You don't want to damage that seal. So just put it in. Get those splines to line up and give it a jolt. There we go. That's it. It bottoms out. Just double check, feel it. We're in all the way. Nice. Not too bad. Now on this side, we're going to take a little bit of anti-seize and we're going to put it on the splines, not on the threads, just on the splines. Get a good coating. Not to be too thick, but we do want a good coating so this doesn't seize in the hub if we have to take it out later. In the future, it'll just slide right out. We'll angle this in. that. Get it to fall in. Now again, we want to line up the splines. Oh, perfect. Mine just fell into place. If you need, you can turn the CV axle left or right just to get it to fall in, or the hub from the front, you can turn it left or right to get it to fall in. Now we'll turn the steering wheel straight again. Put our pry bar in the control arm, push it down, get this to all line up. There you go. Now it's easiest to push down on the control arm just a little and get this bolt through first. Get that to line up. Put these nuts on. We'll just snug them down first. These are torqued to 68 foot-pounds. Install our axle nut. Now on this brand, our axle nut is a different size. It's actually a 32 millimeter instead of a 30 millimeter. So keep that in mind. Whatever brand you go with, the new nut may be different than your old nut. Put in our screwdriver. This is torqued to a whopping 217 foot-pounds. My torque wrench only goes to 150, so we heard it click at 150. Now I'm gonna give it a little extra. It's about as close as I can get it. But if you can, having a torque wrench that goes higher than 150, that's preferred. Now we'll stamp the nut in that groove. Doesn't need to be a big stamp, just enough so the nut doesn't back out. Well, hey, we're done. Last thing is to throw the tire back on. My manual says those are torqued to 76 foot-pounds, and if you want, you can round up to 80. Good job. All right, there you go. That's how you can replace the front left CV axle on your Toyota. All in all, not too bad. Next thing you want to do is just take it on a good test drive and make sure you don't have any new noises or new vibrations. And that's it. No alignment required, but it doesn't hurt if you want to take it down just to get it double checked, especially if it's been a while. That'd be a good idea. Thanks for watching. I'll have links in the description for all the parts and tools used. If you have any questions, comment, post down below. See you on the next one.